Alright, so I'm going to show you the materials, parts needed to assemble your satellite dish, and also show you how to assemble your satellite dish. So let's get started. How's everybody doing? If you like this video, please support the channel by liking and subscribing to the channel, checking out our Patreon page, link in the description. Let's get into this video. I appreciate all the support. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to go through the parts here. Pretty simple. You're going to need a mast, either a pole mount. This is just one type of mount for a DirecTV satellite dish. It's your most common. You can mount it to a wall or a roof. Pretty much anything you can put a lag bolt in, you can mount it to. You can put U-bolts, however you want to do it. But you have your mast, you have your support arms. And I'll show you how these go on your mat depending on the angle that you actually mount this on is where your support arms go. You're going to have your LMB. You're going to also have, obviously, you need coax. You got your tilt plate. You got your back assembly. You got your LMB support arm, and obviously your reflector here. So now I also want to show you, your LMB may not look like this. It could look like this. Your swim 5, you could have 4 ports depending on how many tuners you need, but your LMB may not look like this, but it should have the brake right here so it can fit inside your arm and clamp down correctly. So that is all your parts, and I also will show you, you'll need a tilt plate hardware. There's going to be 3 bolts and 3 nuts, and then you also need your back assembly hardware. It'll come with your back assembly. Again, 3 and 3. So let's get to it. I'll show you how to assemble all this. Alright, assembly. You're going to need bare minimum 2 tools, 7/16 wrench and a 1/2 inch wrench. Having an impact is going to help you, 1/2 inch, just to put everything together. So that's what I'm using. Again, you can just use the 1/2 inch wrench, but you know, speed is time is money, all that good stuff. So first thing I usually do is, depending on the way you're mounting it, so say if we're mounting on a roof, a slanted roof, we're basically going to have these support arms. So I'm just going to mount them just like this. And then the other support arm is going to go away from the edge. So just for poops and wiggles, we're going to go this side. And basically coming back, you want to keep this level. For when you're actually installing it, I'll be linking a video installing it. You keep your mast level, plumb and level. So first thing you want to do is you want to attach your back assembly to your tilt plate. Everything in front of you. So you can see 1, 2, and 3. So line them up just like this. They're notched in. This side. Come on now, there we go. And then on the bottom. There you go. So this thing basically, it'll oscillate and turn just like that. You want it in these grooves right here. You want them in each of them in the grooves there. So depending on what location you are in the United States, this is going to be different for whoever you are. So for us, it's about 72 degrees. So you can either use your impact, there we go. And this is where you can set your elevation. So 38 degrees for our area, but your elevation, if you're like in San Diego, I know that's about 45-ish, give or take. So just depending on what elevation are, you can use Google and find out exactly what your elevation is for your satellite dish in your zip code. So in here, easy peasy, we want to lock it down. All right, so now we got this baby locked down. We're going to do our elevation. So depending on what elevation you have in your area, mine is about 38 degrees, give or take. So you basically put it down to the 38 degree mark. You take your 1/2 inch, and this bolt right here, you're gonna tighten it down. So I'll get it tightened, and I'll show you exactly which one I'm using. So this is your elevation. Basically you're gonna use this to fine tune your elevation, but you want to lock it down first. That's the bolt to lock it down. Do not tighten these down, this top one or this other side here, just yet, because you need to fine tune it once you actually have it mounted. So that's basically it for that. We've got it locked down. We're gonna take our arm, go in an angle just like that, bring it down. You can see that it's lining up just fine. You're gonna take your arm brackets, your dish. So we got this one right here. Gonna basically go straight in. These are 1/2 inch impact. That's it, all done, locked in. That's it for that. We're gonna take our reflector, get this out of the way for a second, flip our reflector around. Pretty simple. We got the 2 flat ends for the edges and then these 2 top bolts right here. Be careful with your reflector, you don't want to bend it, obviously, that should go without saying. Take your bolts, goes one right there, screw it down, and you can actually lock it down too. There you go. Do that again. There. All right, it is assembled. Now, you got your LMB, you got your coax. This is either your jumper or your basically your feed to your satellite dish, or feed to your receiver, not your satellite dish. You're gonna feed it into the back right here. You guys can see that. It's going straight into the back, coming out the front. Make sure you have a weather stripping on there. Really helps out. You're gonna tighten it down. This is where your 7/16 comes in handy. Give it a little 35 inch-pounds. Push it in. This should be loose. And you can just go just like that, lock it down. That is a assembled DirecTV satellite dish. Circa 2018, 2019, but it's all pretty much the same. You got to get your adjustments correctly. Your tilt and your elevation are depending on your zip code. So what I'm showing you here may not be, is probably not going to be for what you're actually watching. So just look that up. I'll link a link in the description to a spot where you can look that up. And then you also have your, obviously, your mount. There's multiple mounts, but this one is the one I'm showing you. It's very, very popular, especially with the roof mounts. That's basically it for this, you guys. Like and subscribe. I'll link descriptions in the link the videos in the description for more DirecTV related content. Thank you.